Hello everybody and welcome to a new video on my channel. So I haven't spoken English in a very long time now, so I have to excuse my English because I do not know how good it will be, because I think the last time I really spoke English was quite some time ago. I did like a video. I don't know, I did some video about breakup and I still have that saved on YouTube, so like if I think psychologically it can be interesting to look at, because it was like probably 2 days after and I was just like, I need to stop crying, so I put on I was just like, I'm gonna do my makeup, so I went and did my makeup. Yeah, okay, this video is going to be about Wuthering Heights. I thought, you know, I have my books, my favorite books. This is probably my favorite book, and oh, I got some video yesterday, I think it was, yeah, on YouTube. It was a guy, he had read Wuthering Heights and he absolutely hated it, and I was just like, is it like sincerely that he hates it, or is it that he hates it because he can't understand it? Because I think, you know, that's the beautiful thing about literature. If you don't understand the work, then there's a high chance that you will dislike the book. I think that's quite, if you don't understand it, then you of course dislike it because you don't understand it, so then I guess it's boring. I think I'm scared over this video almost because, you know, Wuthering Heights is such a wondrous book. It's such easily, like, I think this is a like real piece of art, and because of that I feel like I value it so highly and it's my favorite book. So I thought, you know, why not do a literature video, because I feel like people appreciate that and this is a free work of art. And I personally, I do not, if you haven't read much and if you're like not that big a fan of reading and you're just like, you're new to it, I wouldn't recommend like just picking this one up, because the thing is, I know that you will not understand it. Like, I feel like you really have to be like, have been reading for a while, but then again, if you feel like you understand like the beauty of poetry and not that like that, then I think you should give it a try, because I think, you know, for some people this one is just difficult to understand, and I can see that when I read, because I feel like there's a lot between the sentences in the book. Oh, I just felt like I got that much Swedish accent just now. Like, the only languages I've read recently is like Swedish and Danish. Yeah, I read a whole book in Danish. Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to learn Danish still, but yeah, but it's also because I have to read old literature in Danish, so to work. Yeah, but you know, languages are good, and I actually have, and I read it somewhere, but I'm not too sure as a historian soon to be, or I mean, actually I've heard that people can call themselves a historian if they just like history, so perhaps I'm a historian now too, because I do like history tutors. I feel like learning languages isn't that hard, so, you know, I'm just like, I can pick up some Danish, also Norwegian. I've actually noticed, because someone told me that when you write, Norwegian and Danish are exact same, but I'm noticing differences, so now I'm just like, okay, this is Norwegian, this is Danish, this is Swedish. Well, of course I know Swedish, but then, you know, we have also used that. But now picking up, because there's some words that actually are different, and a lot of like, some things in Norwegian when they spell it is more similar to Swedish. So, you know, if you see like something that is like Danish and written, but it's like weird because some words are more like Swedish. I don't know how to explain it even. I'm strongly thinking about learning Latin, because, you know, I've learned some Latin now. Not much, very little. It's mostly words, so it doesn't really count because it's just like vocabulary. I don't know verbs, I don't know anything on that in Latin, but I do know Spanish, fluent in Spanish, so I don't know why I'm rambling about everything else. Okay, Wuthering Heights. I'm not going to talk about this book. I'm so sorry I'm taking so long time for this. So I'm not going to talk about this book like in this is how this perspective is. This is like, I'm not going to do that big of an analyze on the book. I'm more going to talk about quotes, scenes, writing, and that vibe. Will I spoil or will I not spoil? I mean, by reading quotes I will spoil. Okay, I will not spoil what's happening, but I will say quotes. or things, read lines. But I feel like if you just Google the book, you will find that. Like if you probably on someone's thumbnails, I think we're in a safe zone. So I don't know how many times I've read this book. It's just so good according to me. I think it's, you know, it's deep. It's just so has so essence to it that it's just like very like I haven't spoken English. I have though written a bit English because I'm writing a book, and I'm writing surprisingly fast, as well as have university, and somehow I'm not failing anything, even though I'm writing on a book sometimes more than I study. Okay, so the first thing I've annotated is just like, you know, Heathcliff has written Catherine and Shaw. Here and there variated to Catherine Heathcliff, and then again to Catherine Linton. Catherine and Shaw. I'm not pronouncing that right, am I? Catherine Henshaw, Heathcliff, Linton. You know, he's just like Catherine Henshaw. But okay, so we get to know that Heathcliff is obsessing over some Catherine, and I think, you know, I just said like, that's interesting, you know. So this is going to be me proclaiming my love to Wuthering Heights, I guess. So, and the clever writing that Emily Brontë has done in this book, because I do think it's so extremely clever writing. By clever writing, I do personally mean that it is just a work of art. Just like brilliant wording that is just like either just like more complex, and you know, you just like, that's go on, you know, just like really good writing according to me, where it's just like deeper, just like what I think is really good writing. So I do think, you know, this scene is your first like ooh to the story. You know, Catherine, who is Catherine? What is the story? Why is Heathcliff obsessing over Catherine as a girl? And yeah, you know, you like it when a guy is obsessing a little bit over you. So, you know, that someone is just like, they want you. We want to be wanted. If someone doesn't want us, then they don't want us. Yeah. Okay, so Lockwood is meeting ghosts of Catherine Linton. Oh, and then it just like this, adding on this, when he says, why did I think of Linton? I had read Anne Shaw 20 times for Linton. We can assume just from this, you know, that he's in love with this Catherine. Love is nice. So, yeah, love. Heathcliff is probably, you know, obsessed or just like in love with Catherine. And then here I've marked on the, he found it impossible to hold it steady, and then crushing his nails into his palms. It makes sense if I marked it if it's Heathcliff. Oh yeah, it's Heathcliff. Oh. Here. Come in, he sobbed. Cathy, do come. Oh, do once more. Oh, my heart's darling. Hear me this time, Catherine, at last. So that I have also annotated. Do you think, you know, it's quite like how Heathcliff is just so haunted by Catherine, as well as, you know, his heart beats for hers, you know, in a way, you know, you could almost like explain. And I do really love Wuthering Heights because it's such a love story in a way. It's a bit tragic, but I do think, you know, just like the essence of love and just how deep the love is. And, you know, this is just like, I think this type of love it's a bit rare, you know, how just like how they love each other, Catherine and Heathcliff. I feel like we really get to be carved into how Heathcliff loves Catherine a bit more than how Catherine loves Heathcliff. So I just think, you know, this is such a great love story in a way as well. It's not really love story, you know, if you've read it you understand, or just like there's a lot of other things happening. Oh, they were talking about heaven, and then, you know, Nellie says to Catherine, because you are not fit to go there, I answered, all sinners would be miserable in heaven. And then Catherine answers, but it is not for that, I dreamt once that I was there. And there's like, heaven does not seem to be my home, and I broke my heart with weeping to come back to earth. We can say that Heathcliff is like the devil. You know, he's often called and said to be like that, oh, Heathcliff's the devil. And you know, in the Heathcliff is the devil isn't in heaven, and okay, so now I'm going to say, I don't know if it's close to here. Okay, I don't know where it is, I'm so sorry, but the whatever souls are made of, his and mine are the same. I don't know why I can't find it in my book right now, but that one, I just think, you know, I just think it's so beautiful, you know, with how the souls connect. And, you know, that type of love, as I mentioned, I feel like that is rare to find, in a way. You know, if you find it, you should really hold on to it. And some people are stupid and let it go. And then they'll be like, oh, I lost love of my life. And both might be miserable. But, you know, I just think, you know, the whole, like, how the souls connect, and, you know, how it continues to be portrayed throughout the story with the souls and how they connect, and that it's, in a way, it's, I can't really call it pure, but how, you know, it's just so deep, how deep the love is and how true it is, and just how it's like really love, you know. You can just be like, Catherine is love Heathcliff's life, Heathcliff is love Catherine, you know, her life. So I just think, you know, that's beautiful. I do think, you know, you just know, like, this is really love. This is her person and this is his person, and yeah, they're just like their souls are the same, and I just think, you know, deeply on that, and I just think, you know, it's beautiful. So yeah, you know, it's a wondrous thing to find your person, and just like when you feel it in your soul that this is my person, this is the love of my life. So I do think that, just while reading it, even before the whatever is also read off quote or saying, that's just so, you know, you can just like, you feel the essence for all the book, because, you know, it's, you can just be like, okay, this is really her person, this is really her, this person, not then just like how deep it is and how it goes, and then just like, it's just, the story is a bit twisted in a way, you can say, of course, but I just think, you know, how the love in the book is, I just think this is a really good portrayed in the book, and really well written, and just very like deep, I would say. And I think, you know, it's very, and you know, her heaven in a way is with Heathcliff, but Heathcliff won't really be in heaven, so her hell is in the way heaven for her, and she belongs in hell because she belongs with Heathcliff, who in a way is, you know, portrayed as devil in a way. They both of them are a little bit like wicked almost, or they are in a way, really, and they just belong together. You know, how Heathcliff is always on her mind. I do think, you know, the unconditional love they have, and she loves him as much as one could ever love another. You know, the jealous in the book, also like when they, you know, how they're just like so soul tied almost, you know, what you to say. This page, especially page 117, you know, oh, and 116 now, see, you know, you lie to say I have killed you and Catherine. You know that I could as soon forget you as my existence. Is it not sufficient for your infernal selfishness that while you are at peace I shall writhe in the torments of hell? Oh, and then how he tells her, I am possessed with the devil. You know, they just, I want to say match made in heaven, but you know, it's more like match made in hell. It's like how he's a bit portrayed as devil and she's kind of devil, and he says she's the devil, and it's just like how it's just so, yeah, I don't think how it works, but it's just like so, how they love, you know, how they just match, how they're just each other's person, you know, how deep that is, how they really, I just think it's so beautiful, because I think it's really portrayed it so good, as Brontë has. Why did I even, I can't know the name, Emily Brontë, how she is on, I think it's just so good. And then, you know, how he says, why did you betray your own heart, Kathy? And then, you know, he says, you deserve this, you have killed yourself. Yes, you may kiss me and cry and bring out my kisses and tears. They'll blight you, they'll damn you, you loved me. Then what right had you to leave me? What right? Answer me for the poor offence you felt for Linton, 'cause misery and degradation and death and nothing that God or Satan could inflict would have parted us. You, of your own will, did it. I have not broken your heart, you have broken it. And then breaking it, you have broken mine. So much the worse for me that I am strong. Do I want to live? What kind of living will it be when you, oh God, would you like to live with your soul in the grave? And then later on he's like, I love my murderer, but yours, how can I? For me that is like a slight on why this is such a piece of art. Just like the depth of how it goes down to her talking and writing about souls and just really like the essence of it all, you know, just like heaven, hell and souls, and just so deep in that. I just feel like that is just what makes it like such a work of art. It's just so brilliant and just like so deep and just like it's changing in a way, and just like you just feel the book when you read it, you know, you just like how she just portrays it so extremely well. I just think this is truly a work of art in my opinion. You know, I feel it move me when I read it. Oh God, it's terrible. I cannot live without my life. I cannot live without my soul. Kurtz. Okay, now I'm gonna say it again. I cannot live without my soul. Think back, you know, to the whatever is also made of. Hers and mine are the same, sorry. The whole after book is like making me mix it up. And you know, it's just how... Oh, sorry, I need to go up a bit now after I've said that. So before that, he says, Catherine and Heathcliff, may you not rest as long as I am living. You said I killed you. Haunt me then. The murderer do haunt the murderers. I believe I know that ghosts have wandered on earth. Be with me always and take any form, drive me mad. Only do not leave me in this abyss where I cannot find you. Oh God, it's unnatural. I cannot live without my life. I cannot live without my soul. Yeah, I do highly doubt I'll find a Heathcliff in this life. It's just like how he loves her so. Like he just really loves her with everything that he is. And I think it's just so well written. It's just like so, in a way, the greatest love story of all times. As well, you know, it's a bit twisted in a way. But it's just like so how they love each other, how it's so deep and how it's all portrayed. And it's just like torture poetry, you know, it's just like so, how she writes is just so feeling. And I think Wuthering Heights is such a great book because it's just like so extremely well written, and you know, just how the love story is just so, I don't even have words for it, you know, it's just, I do think it's one of the greatest love stories of all time, or not our time really, but it's one of the greatest classics. And I just think, you know, how she writes, she really is one of the top writers of all that has ever lived. According to me, she's really a brilliant poet, and she's just has her way with words, and you know, it really just like changes you, and it just is like love. And reading it and being like, yeah, you know, it's such a good book according to me, and I can, well, maybe by this convince somebody to read it, if you just like understand, you know, the depth of it. Yeah, but it's just such a brilliant work of art, I would say. And I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself, but you know, that's just not what I think, and I'm just like, I don't really know how to put it words. Yeah, I just think it's just so brilliant. I just think, you know, love is something beautiful, and you know, just the portraying of love, and how, you know, it's almost like a little bit on the, they chose other paths, they didn't choose really each other, Heathcliff and Catherine, and then, you know, how haunted they almost are by that they are not together in a way, but also like how just, if you feel, you know, it's like a little bit like if you feel like your souls are the same, choose that person. And otherwise, you know, it's almost like, you know, you can see like how it drives them mad, it drives Heathcliff mad. I love, you know, as I read the lines, and you know, you can see that. and just how pure the love is, you know, how just like how they really love each other and they don't really care about anyone else. Catherine only cares really deeply about Heathcliff, and Heathcliff really only deeply cares about Catherine, and just like how they're almost selfish and then, you know, they just want each other, and how it's just so almost such a haunting story in a way, you know, it's just so brilliant and all that. So okay, I'm just going to add on a little bit, you know, I feel like, you know, the message is like a little bit like, if you find a person, then perhaps, you know, not like give up on it. God, I can see that you're not losing me now, but you know, if you find a person that you don't give up on it, and you know that you're like, when you have your person, you know, you fight for it, you stay, because like if you let it go, it could drive you mad. Just like, I just think it's such a well written story. Okay, I don't know what's up with my camera now. That's my opinions on Wuthering Heights, and I could do more like an lineup. I feel like you can do a million videos on Wuthering Heights. That is it for this video, I guess, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.